name up here first. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. This is Charlotte Pierce, producer of Face the Book TV. I am here with one of our bronze sponsor for the Independent Publishers of New England annual conference. It's actually our 10th annual conference, and his name is Nate Hoffelder. And I was trying to figure out, Nate, what to say about your, like a little blurb about your business. So I put IT for authors. Mm-hmm. Is that accurate? And like, what do you do for author publishers?
Well, I actually have a number of phrases I use. One of them is that I fight with tech support so you don't have to. Yeah. Another one is a little more ordinary. It's building author futures one website at a time.
Yeah.
But I sometimes call myself a tech VA, or sometimes I provide IT services for authors. But I build websites, I fix them, and I also help authors solve problems with online services.
So a VA, as in virtual assistant for tech. Yeah. So you would have is that through a subscription or?
Well, some clients just hire me for a specific project. Others I do have subscriptions for monthly support, where I would help an author with their website, or and for some clients I'll help them with their online services.
Yeah. Can you just tell me? I'm going to put your website up. Can you tell me what that is? Is it Nate Hoffelder or?
Oh, NateHoffelder.com. Yes.
Nate Hoffelder.com. Okay, so that, and I've looked at it before. It's a really nice site, and that's a good thing because you're helping people do similar things. So how long have you been in this business?
Well, I got my start back in 2010. When I started my blog, The Digital Reader, and at the time I didn't have any money to hire someone to do tech support, so I had to teach myself how to do it. And then eventually I got to the point where I forgot that I should hire someone to do tech support, so I kept doing it myself. And then in 2016, I learned after helping a friend that I had all these tech skills that the average blogger does not. And so I pivoted to working with authors, helping authors with their tech and building websites for them.
And are these book authors, solo book authors, self-publishers mostly, or do you work with some larger publishers, or people that produce more than one book?
Well, they range from writers who are just focused mostly on, say, short fiction, and also self-published authors with 1 or 2 or 6 or 8 or 10 books. I've also worked with a couple publishers with they have like 6 or 8 books to as many as 20. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So can you just let me know or give me a sense of what the biggest challenges or mistakes that you see authors making on their website? We had a question about that.
Well, it's forgetting to update their website when they have a new book, or just forgetting to keep the this doesn't happen often, but it's something when it does, it's very painful. Forgetting to pay for the hosting fee. Because
it's painful. I know that because you may get it taken away from you, right?
Well, this happened. She wasn't a client at the time, but this happened to someone I know who she just forgot, which happens. It's normal range of things. And after a month, they deleted her account. So her website was gone. Yes.
It's like that sense of panic is just, it's terrible. You don't want to have it. So do you like give reminders to people about this kind of stuff? Or monitor it for them?
If they're an ongoing client, yes. Or if I notice there's something wrong, yes. But if they're not an active client, I might not notice. So.
Got it. Yeah. So there should be a checklist that authors should have. Yeah.
Or really, it's the kind of thing you should put into your calendar so you get a reminder the week before.
Yes, good point. You have a good point. We have one of our conference chair, Mary Catherine Jones. She has an audiobook company called Voice Over Vermont, And she was interested in knowing how you help authors work with audiobook publishing and platforms, like so getting an audiobook or a clip or something on their site. Do you do that, or will you be doing that?
Yes, I can help authors upload an audio clip to their site. I could also help them, sell the audiobook to their site. If I think a company like payhip.com, Payhip,
Okay.
they specialize in helping you sell digital files, and so they would process the payment for you and then deliver the ebook, and you could
Right.
use them to sell through your site.
Got
But
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good. Yeah, well,
audiobooks and websites is actually a pretty solved problem. Audio files, that is.
is that okay? Well, then keep us posted about that, and because we do have some interest, and we're going to be doing a session at the conference about audiobooks. And one question we had was, we're all looking for an easy way out, and we were wondering, is DIY with a site like Wix or Squarespace a good option? So many authors just can't deal with WordPress.
Well, I can't really say. I have mixed opinions about them. I've had bad experiences with Wix and Squarespace, but that's mainly because I've had to take over sites built by someone else. And so if it's not well built and I have to, bang on it until it starts working correctly, that's a little frustrating. But I also know people who swear by it, but they also build their own websites. So I have to wonder if perhaps my experience is that I have to work with someone else's site and not actually build something from scratch. So
Yeah, that's a tough one, right?
I do like how Squarespace looks, though, because it's nice and clean.
Yeah, I think that's what people like about it, and you can just kind of start it up easily. But I know that when I do stuff like that, when I use those set things, I'm always wanting to do something that they can't do. So then I ask my web designer to come in, and she says, "Well, I don't think you're going to be able to do that."
Yeah, Squarespace is very limited like that because they have their idea of what it should look like, and that's it.
Well, we have just like one more burning question, and then there are many, but we really appreciate you coming on to talk about website. This is like the identity for authors, like part of their platform, so it's very important. But one question was, people wanted to know if they should design the site as one long page or like work on a lot of different tabs and sub what do you call them, sub pages or whatever. Is that a thing?
One long page is a really great way to start an author website. But as you get put out more works, either publishing more short stories or publishing more books, it would be better to add more pages. Yeah, I do help a lot of authors start with just a single page.
Single page, yeah, because people are used to scrolling down now, aren't they? Yeah, you don't need to think about the horizontal as much as the vertical. Yeah. Okay, well, good. Nate, I just, Mary Catherine's chiming in here from the backstage and asks, what is the swag bag you mentioned in your website?
Well, one of the projects I had back before COVID was organizing swag bags to give to authors at smaller conferences and book fairs.
Okay. So what do those include? When you get back to it, what will I get when I get my swag?
Well, that just proved to be too much work. Although
I see. Okay.
Well, if I ever one of my long-term professional goals is to help run a conference, and so if I ever get back to that, I'll go ahead and do a swag bag for that.
It's nice. Well, I will stay tuned. I love swag bags. I love getting stuff, buttons, pins, stickers.
I actually like ordering swag with my brand on them. That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and I have like one of those button makers. I press buttons, and but we're having a virtual conference, so we won't be able to give them out.
Don't tell me where you bought it. I'll have to go buy two.
I know, right? Well, I do it for like campaigns in the community and stuff. Like people are running for office. Yeah. So let's stay in touch with you, and if you can, I think you have a free pass to the conference. It's IPNE.org. Don't forget to register. And we'll give you a VIP code for getting in. But visit some of the sessions, and you can make contact with our members and people who are attending. Okay. So we would love to have you participate.
Okay.
Great. Well, once again, this is Face the Book TV. We have collaborated with Independent Publishers of New England to produce spots for our sponsors coming up to the conference, and we'll be doing some during the conference. And now I'm going to bring on Mary Catherine Jones, who's our conference chair. And she can tell us if there's any hot news from the conference, or who we should be looking for, and who we can have Nate pepper questions to.
Well, I think the most important thing to know is that this is an opportunity for people like Nate, who serve authors and publishers, as well as publishers and authors who are looking for people who provide services like Nate does to connect and exchange information and hopefully be resources for each other. So in addition to Nate, we've got other publishing services. We've got people who help writers take their books to the next level. We have agents that are going to be at our conference, and an opportunity for some of the conference attendees to actually pitch their next book to those agents. So it's going to be a wild ride. And I'm really looking forward to it.
And we have our heavy hitters, our 3 keynoters, are Jane Friedman, who's this kind of publishing guru, and Kevin Breyerman, who's the publisher of Publishers Weekly, and Paige Allen, who's the new director at Ingram Spark.
And Ingram Spark is our platinum sponsor. So actually, Ingram Spark has been pretty key in helping us bring everything together, and we're definitely indebted to them for that.
And people will have a chance when they come to the conference. They'll have a chance to chat with Paige and the other speakers. So Nate, if you're in there in the in the, what do you call it? The chat section on Zoom, just, say who you are, and we'll get the word out about your offerings.
Absolutely. Well, the other thing to think about is that in addition to the wonderful presentations and sessions that are ongoing, there's going to be regular opportunities for people to network. It's just room for networking, or at the end of a session, let's get together and network. So we're doing the best that we can to provide that opportunity as often as we can during the 2-day conference. Yeah,
there will be several rooms, and if you're not going to one session at that time, you can go to the networking room. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Nate Hoffelder and Mary Catherine. Your questions and your update on the conference is very welcome. Thank you so much.
This is great.
Is Charlotte.
Thank you for having me.
Face the Book TV, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.